Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to Geek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Who is this?
Big Bucket.
Big Buckus. Walter Payton, it's the man. Finds Cole Kmet wide open. Touchdown Bears. Let's go. Who is this?
Georgia.
Nice throw, Jay Fields.
I think I can fit in as like a water boy for the Panthers or something. I'm not talking about getting on the field,
It's picked off. Picked off in the end zone by Kyler Gordon. Let's go. Put some respect on Kyler Gordon's name. And as always, bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.
What is going on, Chicago Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode right here on Geek on the Mic. I just woke up from a nap. I'm not going to lie. Just got home from Los Angeles celebrating my mom's 50th birthday, and I woke up to some breaking news from the Chicago Bears. Quarterback Justin Fields has officially been traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a 2025 sixth-round pick that can turn into a fourth-round pick depending on playing time. Obviously, the Pittsburgh Steelers trade away Kenny Pickett just the other day to the Philadelphia Eagles, and they come and get their guy in Justin Fields. To me, this is a massive move for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I still think the Pittsburgh Steelers are getting a hell of a player in Justin Fields. Now Justin Fields has the opportunity to go to Pittsburgh, right, and just hopefully transform his career with a new team, new organization, right? Sit behind Russell Wilson for a year and learn the game of football and hopefully become a better player for them. I think it's an aggressive move by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I will not lie to you guys. I am in shock. I was expecting maybe at least a fourth round pick, but obviously can turn into a fourth round pick depending on playing time. I'm not sure if that means that means Russell Wilson's not the long-term answer for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's why they came and got Justin Fields. To me, I think it's a massive upgrade. If you're talking about a backup quarterback and quarterback Justin Fields behind Russell Wilson, maybe they make it an open competition. Who knows what's going to happen? What's going to happen in Pittsburgh? But for the Chicago Bears, that means a new era in Chicago Bears football is going to happen. That means it signals like it's going to be quarterback Caleb Williams out of USC, unless Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears have more news in store. I don't know what's going to happen. I've told you guys before that whatever decision Ryan Poles made, I would be able to swallow my pride and be able to move forward because I'm a Bears fan first. So, like I said, I am just in shock right now. I'm not angry. I'm not sick. I'm not upset about the news. I've had players before that have been Chicago Bears that I've been kind of bummed about. But at the end of the day, this is the business of the NFL. This is what you kind of have to deal with when you are a fan, right, of your favorite team. There's been many players coming through this organization that I'm like, wow, did that just happen? Did that person just get traded? But it is what it is. You just move on. And now we need to focus on who's going to be the next quarterback for the Chicago Bears. At this moment, it's looking like it's going to be Caleb Williams. They're going to go through their pro days for Caleb Williams. Maybe they shock us and get Drake May. Who knows what's going to happen? But right now, it's signaling towards Caleb Williams out of USC. And I told you guys that as a fan of the Chicago Bears, if that was what Ryan Poles wanted to do, I would go 100% and support Caleb Williams because that's what we're supposed to do as Bears fans. So if anyone is upset about this, it's okay. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be in shock. I think everyone's in shock right now, besides for the people that wanted them gone, right? A 2025 sixth-round pick is not what we were expecting for Justin Fields. That means Chicago Bears still only have 4 picks in this year's NFL draft. So that possibly means that we're going to take Caleb Williams as the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft. And we're probably going to trade down from that number 9 overall pick in order to get more compensation in this year's draft. I know there's a lot of people in the chat right now saying, are you angry, Keek? I'm not angry. I'm not an angry person. I think right now, we are in shock for most people. But no, I'm not angry, just in shock. I think it's just time to transition and figure out what's going to happen. Who's going to be the next quarterback for the Chicago Bears? That's how we're going to angle this, right? We're going to figure out who is the best player for the Chicago Bears moving forward. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Caleb Williams. And once again, and that's the thing. It's a business at the end of the day. Business is business. That's how you have to deal with it in the NFL. And now it's like you look at it And it's like Ryan Poles has done really, really well to set up this next rookie quarterback, right? You look at the offense right now, DeAndre Swift. You have Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Jared Everett. He's going to continue to improve the offensive line. The defense is going to be top 10, right? But when I look at it, I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Omar Khan, their GM. They get Justin Fields for a 2025 sixth round pick. And Justin Fields, to me, like I said, I'll say it again, Justin Fields has a whole lot of talent. But once again, we all have to come to the conclusion that there was flaws that he had in Chicago. I thought that he could overcome them with more talent around him. But at the end of the day, there's a business. So now Caleb Williams or Drake May or Jaden Daniels, whoever they decide to choose in the 2020 NFL draft, will have the opportunity to come in and possibly be a star like CJ Stroud right away. So that gets me excited as a Bears fan. I do personally want to thank Justin Fields because, once again, I feel like he wasn't dealt the best situation. But at the end of the day, this is a business. And that's how you kind of have to deal with it. It's a business. You move on. And now we continue to build our team with a new quarterback. And as Bears fans, now that Ryan Poles has officially made his decision, and we still don't know if it's going to be Caleb Williams. Right now, we're still going to assume. I told you guys before that if they got rid of Justin Fields, that's who I would choose. I think it needs to be Caleb Williams. I don't think there's any debate on that. You add Caleb Williams to the mix with Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift, right? A top 10 defense hopefully next year for the Chicago Bears. And I think we are cooking, right? But I do want everyone to know that it's okay to have a difference of opinions, but I hope that this news can finally bring us together as a Bears fan base, because I don't think we should be taking personal shots. The news broke. Justin Fields is gone. Now we can just focus on who's going to be the next quarterback of the Chicago Bears, right? So it's one of those things that I think everything should end now. But like I said, the Chicago Bears did trade quarterback Justin Fields for a conditional 6th round pick. I believe it's in 2025. And right now, the more details that are coming out, it says Justin Fields must play 51% of his plays this season for the Bears to get Steelers 4th round picks. So that basically means that I think Russell Wilson will be the starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If Russell Wilson gets hurt, right, and Justin Fields has to come in and play the snaps, then that pick turns into a 2025 4th round pick. Obviously, this signals that Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears were ready to move on. They went through their due diligence. And once again, you have to trust Ryan Poles' judgments. As much as for some of us, this may suck, you have to be able to trust Ryan Poles' judgment. You have to, because what Ryan Poles has done with this football team has been masterful. And what he's been able to do for this next quarterback is also masterful. This next quarterback really has no excuses because this team is still built to win as soon as next year. Talking about the NFC North, we're talking about getting to the playoffs. This team is still built to be competitive. And we all said that whatever direction Ryan Poles was able to go in, we should be able to be successful. And that's that. And there's some people out there saying the Bears probably still won't make the playoffs, right? But I feel like even with the Caleb Williams, the Bears can possibly make a push for the playoffs. Like Caleb Williams is that generational talent, right? If Caleb Williams can make every throw on the field, Caleb Williams now has Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, all the weapons on the outside, a top 10 defense, right? A team with continuity in terms of the coaching, right? So it's one of those things that I think there's still a lot to be excited about with this football team. As much as it sucks to lose someone, right? Ryan Poles has made a decision saying that we need to upgrade at the quarterback position. So whoever loved Justin Fields has to get over that. And now we have to move forward as a fan base because that's what we do. We are just Bears fans. So I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, ooh, Keek, I told you so. But hey, I told you guys all along. Really liked Justin Fields. Really, really did. Loved him. Loved Justin Fields. But at the end of the day, I trust Ryan Poles' judgment. I'm a Bears fan first. And I'm excited to see now what happens. Is it for sure Caleb Williams? We only have 4 picks in the draft. Maybe he's just going to take the best players available. Maybe he takes Caleb Williams at 1. Maybe he takes edge rusher at 9. And maybe he picks the 2 best available players with the other 2 picks. Who knows what Ryan Poles is going to do? But at the end of the day, we have to trust Ryan Poles. Someone said in the chat that I look like Caleb Williams. Hey, maybe I do. Maybe I do. I know we're both light skinned, so that probably helps. But for me, like I said, I think for me personally, I would go Caleb Williams. That is my top choice right now. I know I'll probably make a video as soon as Monday, giving my new updated like mock draft of what I would personally do. And now it's kind of like a no-brainer that you stay at 1, you take Caleb Williams, and at number 9, you could possibly trade down to maybe recoup a second round pick, get some picks back, maybe get the best edge rusher available. Maybe you get a tackle, maybe you can get lucky and get a receiver still. Who knows what's going to happen? But like I said, this is a bold move. This probably is a move from Ryan Poles that, came with conviction, with talking with Ian Cunningham, with Kevin Warren, Matt Eberflus, all those guys. They all came together and made a decision for the best for the Chicago Bears. So that's what gives me peace with everything. So once again, you guys continue to argue, but I guess I can say congratulations to the people that wanted Justin Fields gone. I never agreed with why people hated Justin Fields so much, but at the end of the day, you guys, this is what you guys wanted. It is what it is. Now we move on. And we try to figure out who's going to be the next quarterback for the Chicago Bears. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the chat. I know you guys are blowing up the chat. Once again, I know I'm going to get a lot. I told you so, Keek. I told you so. If you guys want to come at me, it is totally fine. This is the part of the gig. When you do a podcast, when you put your life out there, when you go with the stance, you have to be able to suck up your pride for a little bit and take the blows, take the punches, and that's totally okay. So once again, Justin Fields was traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a 2025 6th round pick that can turn into a 4th round pick if Justin Fields plays 51% of the time in Pittsburgh. And once again, I am happy that he did go to the Steelers because, Mike Tomlin, they do have a new offensive coordinator over there. I just think he will be able to sit back and learn from Russell Wilson for a year. I think that's something that Justin Fields has always needed, is to just sit and learn. But he didn't get that privilege in Chicago. Once again, he was dealt a shitty hand, but once again, it is a business. So let's go ahead and go in the chat. See what people are talking about. So here we go. King of Kings says, I'm just worried if Caleb don't turn out the way they think, we're screwed. And that's the thing. I think either way for Ryan Poles, this is going to be a big decision. Like if they kept Justin Fields and he didn't succeed, it would, push our franchise back a couple of years. And the same thing goes for Justin Fields, right? If same goes for Caleb Williams. If Caleb Williams comes in, he doesn't succeed in 2 or 3 years, that's also going to push our franchise back. You have to understand that Keenan Allen is about to turn 32. DJ Moore is about to turn 27. Montez Sweat is probably about to turn 28, 29, right? So it's one of those things that it's a big move. But I think it came down to what people were saying, that quarterback contract, resetting the market, and just being able to, I guess, have a quarterback on a cheaper deal while still building the pieces around that player. So it's one of those things. Someone said the press missed out on that haul. Once again, maybe the haul never came. You know what I mean? Maybe that was their best bet, just to trade Justin Fields. And they had that conviction on a guy like Caleb Williams. And that's what we have to be okay with. If they are all in 100% on Caleb Williams with, after meeting him for 10 minutes, hey, I'm okay with that. I'm going to be excited for Caleb Williams. I'm going to support him as a Bears fan. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, is just be a Bears fan. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the chat. We have Mikey Mendez. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mikey says, you guys should be happy. You don't have to deal with Fields leading your team. And once again, I think, I said it many, many times, I really did like Fields. He had his flaws. I just felt that he was always dealt a crappy hand, never put in the best situation to succeed. And once again, it just took too long. And sometimes organizations just want to win now. And that's what this is. It's a business decision. I don't think it's anything personal on Justin Fields. I think he had an amazing work ethic. I think he could still be really good in the National Football League. But it's a business decision, and that's what Ryan Poles and the Bears decided to do. So I'm going to roll with it. Juan Martinez says Caleb will demand a trade of internal his first season behind this O-line. Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. I think Ryan Poles still has some moves in store. Hopefully he can come in and be successful. I think at this moment, there's really no excuse. This team is stacked, especially after the Keenan Allen news. Once we got Keenan Allen, I'm like, man, this team is going to be really, really good. Someone said Fields got done dirty. Yeah, obviously he wasn't put in the best situation, but it's a business, right? The Bears made a decision to move on from Justin Fields, and that's the decision that we have to go with, right? We're just fans. We're just a fan base, right? So I know people are going to be celebrating. I know people are going to be a little bit sad, but it's okay. It's okay to have both reactions. I think either way, this is what they thought was best for the organization. So I'm excited to see who the next quarterback for the Bears is. So obviously, DJ Moore, obviously DJ Moore players are starting to post, and DJ Moore even said business is business. It's nothing personal. It's a business. Players get cut and traded that you're not expected to all the time. Once again, Keenan Allen. No Chargers fan expected Keenan Allen to get traded to the Chicago Bears. I actually talked to my buddy the other day because he's a big Chargers fan. And he's like, bro, I'm sick to my stomach. He's like, Keenan Allen was my favorite all-time Los Angeles Charger. My all-time favorite player. He's like, I am sick to my stomach. So it's just one of those things that it's a business at the end of the day. I think when you look at the landscape of this team has the potential to be really good. And Ryan Poles and the Bears sat down and said, you know what? We are just missing that quarterback. And if that's what they thought, then that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to go ahead and read through the comments. I appreciate you guys interacting with me. I really appreciate you guys coming to the stream. Like I said, there's no negativity on this chat. I'm not sad. I'm not, I'm shocked. I think I'm just more shocked. I'm not bummed. It is what it is. Someone says, reminds me of Peppers to Green Bay. Happy for Fields now that he's a member of winning. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think you look where he went. And even though we didn't get the conversation that most of us wanted, a 2025 6th-round pick, this is doing right by Justin, allowing him to go sit behind, to me, a pretty good quarterback in Russell Wilson, sitting and learning, right? Maybe this will be good for Justin Fields. And better yet, if Justin Fields does turn out to be that guy after a year, at least he's in the AFC with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm also happy for Justin Fields because the Pittsburgh Steelers is my older sister's team. So I'm happy that they got him. I think he's still going to be a very good quarterback. I think it's going to be great for him to sit back and just learn behind Russell Wilson. It's not like Russell Wilson's just a straight up scrub, right? So once again, good for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers fans should be happy with this move because to me, this is going to be one of the best backups in the National Football League next year, right? So if Russell Wilson does go down, I think the Steelers would be in good hands. So someone said Bears better hope Caleb works out. And like I said, this is just the nature of the business. No one knows if Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels is going to work out. This is a risk all around, but this is something that Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears had conviction on. So this is what we're going to. This is what we're going with. Mikey Mendez says Caleb is not going to the Bears. He's going to the Commanders. So Mikey Mendez possibly thinks we probably still trade down. And that's still a possibility. And that's something that we kind of have to talk about. Are they all in on Jaden Daniels? Are they all in on Drake May? Right? Maybe they still do trade down from the number 1 overall pick and get a new quarterback. All we know now is that we need a quarterback, and that means we are going to draft a rookie. And that possibly means that rookie is going to play right away. And I think right now you have the pieces around him for him to be successful. Someone said, Pittsburgh, take care of our boy. Let's ride with the next guy. And that's the thing. As a fan base, the Civil War is now over. It should be over. There should be no personal attacks on each other. We should all come together as Bears fans and hopefully support this next quarterback fully. I would hope so. Someone said, done with the Bears. I don't want you guys to be done with the Bears. It's a business. It's a business decision. My dad says, what about the 5th-year option, though? If he sits for a year, then what? I think what's going to happen with that is that they're probably going to decline his 5th-year option. I think it's just a smart move. You're not going to pay $25 million to sit on the bench. They're going to decline the 5th-year option, and then next year, he's going to be on a 1-year, $3 million deal, essentially, because I think he was only due about $3 or $6 million next year. So they're going to sit him for a year, pay him that $3 to $6 million to be a backup of Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson goes down, then you have a very cheap backup in Pittsburgh, right? So I think that's the plan moving forward. But I expect the Pittsburgh Steelers to decline their 5th-year option. Someone said odds that Russ gets cut in preseason because Justin will be balling. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not sure if it's going to be an open competition between Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. At this moment, Justin Fields is no longer on the Chicago Bears. So now it's time to focus on what the Bears are going to do at the quarterback positions, because now we have a hole. There's a loaded class, apparently, to a bunch of different people. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. If I had to guess, the Bears are either going to pick between Caleb Williams or Drake May. I think those are going to be the top 2 finalists to be the next Chicago Bears quarterback. And to me, I'm excited to see which one they pick. Yes, Mikey Mendez, the Chicago Bears only have 4 draft picks in the 2024 NFL draft. So I think since we have the 2 first-round picks, you can trade down from number 9 as well. You can still take Caleb Williams at 1 and trade down from 9 and recoup some picks if that's what they want to do. Someone says a 2025 pick. Yes, I know that. It's a 2025 6th-round pick and can turn into a 4th-round pick if Justin Fields plays 51% of the snaps next season. Eddie says you pass up on a haul for Caleb Williams when you had a good young QB. He missed out on a chance to make this team great. Yeah, and once again, it's a business decision. That's what Ryan Poles wanted to do. We now move on from it. Someone says, I still hope we trade. I hope we still trade a number 1 overall pick. Can definitely be still an option. I'm not sure how mad people will be. I'm not sure if Bears fans are down for the Chicago Bears to trade a number 1 overall pick, or if we just all in on Caleb Williams. I'm not sure how the chat's feeling about that. Someone said I was Team Fields, but F it. Let's F and go. Yeah, that's the thing. You're a Bears fan first. Bears fan first. Dwayne Johnson says, Keek, do you think Drake will fit the offense? I think he can. I think he has a big arm. I think if you're looking for like a pure pocket passer, I think that's what Drake May is. And when you look at Drake May, he stands, 6'4"? So he's nice, tall, still has that athletic ability to get outside the pocket and make some crazy throws as well. But if you're looking at just raw athletic ability, a guy that can make every throw on the football field, I think Caleb Williams may edge him a little bit. I think Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in the NFL draft, but I think Drake May would also be really good. Once again, thank you guys so much for interacting with me. If you guys are just now joining the chat, make sure you hit the like button as well. I appreciate you guys so much for interacting with me. I really, really do. John Myers says, I'll support Caleb, but JF1 will be fun to watch with a better organization. Absolutely. I think it's really exciting for Justin Fields. This is doing right by Justin, right? You send him to an organization that has been known for winning, right? And a coach that has put his players in the best situations possible. So I'm really happy for Justin Fields. I'm going to Pittsburgh. Someone asked me if we maybe consider doing like a veteran bridge like Ryan Tannehill. Possibly. Maybe someone that knows the offense that can come in and help us win right away, and maybe let Caleb Williams sit for a year. Maybe that's an option. But who knows what Ryan Poles is thinking? No one never knows what Ryan Poles is going to do, and I think that's the fun thing about Ryan Poles. But we're going to wait and see. Yeah, Mikey Bendez says change is not always bad. Just take some time to get used to it. I'm hoping my Colts get Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU. We need a number 2 receiver so bad. Yeah, and that's the thing. Change is never bad, especially how you look. Like I said, my mindset kind of changed once we got Keenan Allen. I'm like, okay, we have Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. I'm like, this can be crazy. This offense can personally be ridiculous. I was still hoping that Fields would possibly be the quarterback, but I think it's going to be ridiculous. Whoever's back there, they're set up nicely. Someone said, what's up, Keek? I'm happy as fuck, man. Let's go. A new era in Chicago. Maybe Poles has been cooking. Yeah, it's just a new era in Chicago. It's a business. Someone said, I'm angry. It's okay to be angry. It's definitely okay to be angry, but I think we should all come together and just be Bears fans. Someone said, Keek, I hope your dad's okay. We're okay, man. It's okay. It's nothing personal, man. We're just fans. We're fans of the Chicago Bears. We both really like Justin Fields, but it happens. It happens all the time. I remember when we got rid of Brian Urlacher, a guy like that, right? I remember we were devastated when we got rid of Brian Urlacher, but we just moved on and we were fans of the Chicago Bears. Life moves on. Keek, are you concerned at all about the fact that we haven't seen Caleb's medicals yet? No, not really. I was just more concerned that it was taking so long, right? And I think Ryan Poles possibly waited too long. He could have probably gotten more for quarterback Justin Fields, but he was waiting on Caleb Williams' medicals. I'm pretty sure Caleb Williams' medicals are perfectly fine. I think when it comes down to it, Caleb Williams' medicals will clear, and then they'll do their, pre-draft visits, and they'll do their pro days, they'll do all that stuff, and then Caleb Williams will be the number 1 overall pick for the Chicago Bears. Someone said, you're actually going to break the news your boy got traded? Yes, because I'm a Bears podcaster. Once again, I'm not I think people get this mistaken, right? I love Justin Fields. I think he's still a hell of a player. But it's one of those things that I am a Chicago Bears content creator. Keek on the Mic, a Chicago Bears podcast, right? So someone says, as a Lions fan, this is bad for the Bears, but thank you, Justin Fields trade. Yeah, it's a mixture of emotions. I think some people in the NFC North are like, you know what, you guys should have got rid of Justin Fields a long time ago. And then there's other people that are like, hey, I think you guys should have kept Justin Fields. Thank you so much for trading him, right? So we'll see how it works out. Hopefully Caleb Williams or Drake May or Jaden Daniels comes in there and they're successful. Hopefully 100th time is a charm for the Chicago Bears when it comes to the quarterback. Someone said JF is my guy. Yeah, Justin Fields, once again, he's a good kid. He's a good kid. I think he just got caught in a very bad situation. He got caught in a rebuild, and he did everything in his power to be great in Chicago. But sometimes it does not work out, right? It just doesn't work out. It is what it is. He moves on to a new organization with a fresh start. I think right now I'm not really in shock that Justin Fields got traded because we all knew that was a possibility that he would get traded. I'm more in shock that it was for a 2025 sixth round pick. I think that's the only thing that that shocks me. Someone said, my wife's saying I turned my back on JF1, but we have to keep going. Bear down, Team Caleb Williams. And that's the thing, guys. With the next quarterback, let's be all one and let's support the guy. Let's not turn on him after 2 or 3 years, right? Let's support him. Let's see this thing through because this is what I know about Bears fans, right? They're going to be super excited. They're going to be super excited for the new quarterback. And then the first time the dude makes a mistake, they're going to attack him. They're going to fucking just crucify the new quarterback. We just need to support him. Just be a fan, right? Just be a fan. Someone said, Keek, bad business decisions are made all the time. Once again, we're going to find out if it's a bad business decision. If Justin Fields goes out and balls out, and let's say we get the new quarterback and it ends up sucking, it ends up being 3 years of torture, then Ryan Poles will end up being fired. And he knows that, right? He knows that that this is a big decision for the franchise. But at least, with a rookie quarterback, it's gonna give him at least 2 more years because I don't think he's gonna be fired after 1 season for the rookie quarterback playing subpar football, right? So Nano CBD says, good luck in Pittsburgh. I called it. I'm happy for him. It is a value trade. The Field fanboys will turn on him. We are all Bears fans. Here's the thing. It's business. It's a business. I don't think there's no Field fanboys. There's no Caleb cultists. It's just Chicago Bears fans, right? It is what it is. It's a business. Mr. J says he got 2 years. Technically, he did, right? When you look at perspective, he didn't get very much time. A lot of people say you get 3 years, but when you really break it down, he really was dealt a bad hand. But business is business for sure. Business is business. Let's go ahead and look into the chat. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes talking with you guys. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in and liking the live stream. Once again, you guys now joining, the big news in Chicago is that Justin Fields has officially been traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a 2025 sixth round pick that can turn into a 4th round pick with 51% of playing time. Mikey Mendez says Fields is going to love wearing black and yellow. Yeah, I think it is. I think he really will like being with that organization. Mike Tomlin's a hell of a coach. He is. Someone said subscribe, people. Thank you. Yes, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I try to bring you guys the breaking news all the time. Once again, I think the reason why I didn't break the news the last couple of days because I was in Disneyland for my mom's 50th birthday. So once again, I'm going to continue to go through the comment section. I do appreciate you guys for interacting with me. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Says someone said, Keek, bro, he wasn't good enough. Yes, it's a business, but the truth is he was too inconsistent. And I think that was the big thing. We were looking for multiple times for more consistency. I've even said at times that Justin Fields has to put it all together. I do think it's just a business. That's the nature of the NFL. But at the same time, I think Justin Fields at the end of the day was dealt a crappy hand. He really was. He did everything in his power to be good. It just didn't work out in Chicago. So now we move on. Someone said, are we playing the Steelers this upcoming season? I believe we do. I believe we do play the Pittsburgh Steelers this season. The Serial Connect says, Keek, I'll trust Poles when this works out, but until then, I don't trust him because it hasn't worked out yet. And that's the big thing. This is a massive risk for Ryan Poles. I think everyone knows that. Massive risk. Someone said Tyson Bagent has won the war. I think Tyson Bagent will possibly be a backup. It would be surprising if Tyson Bagent got some playing time. Maybe in preseason, though. Once again, I'm just looking through your guys' comments. I appreciate you guys tuning in to this live stream. Keek on the mic. Once again, do me a favor. Hit the like button. That would definitely help the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. That would be much appreciated. Make sure you share this live stream and podcast with every single Bears fan that you know. Spice says, why didn't Chicago get all those weapons for Fields like they were doing now? We are happy to have him with the Steelers, though. He can learn from Russ. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's very interesting that I think the reason why it took so long is because we didn't have the resources early on. And that's why I always say that Justin Fields was kind of dealt a crappy hand, because early on in his career, Ryan Poles had to break down the roster with these large contracts with the aging veteran players of guys like Khalil Mack, right? Guys that had massive cap hits but were aging veterans. So for the first couple of years, Ryan Poles was just trying to build a foundation, and Justin Fields was doing everything in his power to elevate guys like Byron Pringle, to elevate guys around him that just weren't as good, right? So it's one of those things that it sucks, but it happens sometimes. Someone said, Keek, you and I battled about, and you earned a loyal subscriber. I'm subscribing now. I appreciate you. I really do. Once again, I'm a Bears fan first. Ryan Seller says, good for Justin. He's going to be a much better organization with an awesome coach. I hope Russ sucks and they make Fields a starter. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think Justin Fields will end up getting a chance. I know right now they just said that, Russ is still going to be QB1. But what a backup quarterback to have in Justin Fields. Let him learn, sit, and learn. Still very young. Still only 25 years old. But once again, Bears fans, I do appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in. Once again, the breaking news out of Chicago is that Justin Fields is now a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers as the Chicago Bears trade Justin Fields to the Steelers for a 6th-round pick in 2025, and it can turn into a 4th-round pick if Justin Fields plays 51% of the snaps. Once again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you share this podcast with every single Bears fan that you know. But once again, I'll be back for an all-new podcast right here on Kick on the Mic. As always, have a good rest of your weekend. Love every single one of you guys. Peace.